Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where and when you're watching this broadcast. I'm Thomas Fessler, my friends, and this is Disclosure Tonight. Happy Friday, June 5th, 2026, as we move towards disclosure. Yeah, I know it didn't happen. We'll talk about that when we get there. In the meantime, we got some stuff to talk about tonight, at least. Bring out the Snickers and that peanut butter, my friend. No. Let's go ahead and welcome in our audience. Who the heck do we have out there? We've got April in the chat, along with Aussie and Brennan England. Brains is in the chat as well, along with Carl Garrison. Chan's out there, along with Eliza Teal. Geraldine DeRazio is in the chat, along with Grateful Benny. Good to see Hollywood Herald's back again, along with J Cat Meow. We got Kiwi DJ, Noodles, Light Melinda. Where's Dark Melinda? Good to see you, Marcus and the Mandels. We got Max Metal, Mr. Drews is out there, along with Melee Watch, Moses Kelly, most definitely not somebody, the CIA. Necessary Dialogue is out there, along with Niles Guy. He's our resident Pitbull. Just look at his picture. It says it all. Psychosomatic Insane's out there, along with Riney, Robert John, Robert Vargas. You got Sam and Scooby Dooby Goobies in the chat, along with Shelley Montgomery, Stephen Forbes, and Steve Hines. But wait, there's one more Steve. That's Steve Mateo, along with Wasteland Wonder, Wendy Joe, who farted 420 and Yankee 5858, and rounding it all up is our dear friend coming from the United Kingdom, Yellow Tommy Tanker, also known as Andy. How about that? What a day, what a show, I tell you. Holy cow. Mike, how the hell are you?
I'm doing well, and obviously we didn't get the drop today, so
at least we didn't get the drop.
Oh, wait.
No, we did not.
That's okay, though, because I've got the text for us to go over now.
Yeah.
Who told us again we're going to be getting drops every 2 weeks?
Burleson.
Purpleson?
Burleson. Yeah.
No, your voice cracked at the right time with compression. It sounded like you said Purpleson, at least to these ears. Maybe I need to get Burleson. Yeah, he said we can expect updates every 2 weeks. However, if it's one of those things like where we forgot to reread the fine print that we read before and what it actually says.
Right.
Let me take a screenshot of this so I can make it a little bit bigger, because the Department of Dummy, it's not the DOD anymore, it's the DOW, says it all. So let me go ahead and bring this up, and we're going to talk through this little piece here. Yeah, it's like I don't like disclosure at this point because we can't trust them because we didn't get our information every 2 weeks. I can't wait. You know, we're going to hear that next, Mike.
Oh my God! Of course we are.
So
that's okay. Let him do
I know. Let's have some fun reading some shit like I've been doing the last couple of days. And by the way, all those files that were supposed to be released from the Air Force files from 30 plus years ago, not more. Actually, those 30 files themselves, still not released. Nope. Still not available to the public. Yes, we do have them. We can go over more sometimes. Yeah. All right. So let's get into this. I want to get into video guest Thomas. All right. Let's get into this, Mike.
Yes, sir.
It starts off with, in response to President Donald J. Trump's directive for transparency on U.S. government information regarding unidentified anomalous phenomena, the Department of War will support the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, who is overseeing the efforts to expeditiously find, review, and identify and declassify and publicly release unresolved UAP records and historical documents in the federal government's position. But, Mike, what happens to the documents and the videos that they have resolved and they know they're UAP or UFOs?
We don't get to see those. We only get the disclosure dots, obviously.
Yes. This is an unprecedented historic undertaking that requires coordination between dozens of agencies and the review of tens of millions of records, many existing only on paper, spanning decades. Given the scope of this task, the Department of War will be releasing new materials on a rolling basis as they are discovered and declassified, with tranches posted every few weeks.
Stop.
Exactly.
Leave.
Whatever he said.
Yeah, no.
Posted every few weeks. That's the point. Every few weeks.
No.
Which is every two.
Every few weeks. Every few weeks. Yes. That's what we're looking at, folks. Every few weeks, whether we like it or not, that is when we're going to get this. Now, you can go ahead and ask, what in the fuck does every few weeks mean? Well, every few weeks, Mike, can mean
is bi-weekly,
as
usually.
short as 2 weeks, but as long as 5. So we got spoiled. We got the first tranche they released, right?
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
No, and then we had Burleson every 2, so it was going to be every 2 weeks. Then we got the next tranche, the second one that came 2 weeks after that. But now 2 weeks after that, no one's in Washington has been talking about shit. Nobody. We've been talking about that. Like, why is nobody talking about this? It's like, well, maybe it's because they're not going to be giving us something this week. And Mike, I think that's what it turned out to be.
That's exactly what it turned out to be, unfortunately.
Fortunately or unfortunately, so every few weeks. So we could get something next week, or we could get it the week after, or the week after that. Anywhere in the next 1 to 3 weeks is kind of in play. Daryl, your hand is up.
It's still Friday.
No.
They've all gone home. Just like the lawyers, they've all gone home.
It's fucking over.
All right. Well, I like your attitudes on this, but somebody should watch the Department of War site.
No.
I have been.
No, I mean like right now.
No.
What do you think I just got the screenshot from? Is there something up there? No, it goes release 01, release 02 are the only ones that are up there right now. And trust me, I've gone to here where I could go ahead and change the file names to the current date and different stuff and change it from release 01 to release 02 in the search fields and stuff, because it'll give you that option sometimes when you're going through it. So, yeah, there's no additional data on that server to be found yet.
I'm holding out until Friday at midnight, this today. I can have hope.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but you know what's probably delaying this, Daryl?
National security?
Yes, you read my mind. It's been one of those days. Enjoy. One of those fucking days. So we didn't get it.
Oh, yeah.
But we kind of knew it. The audience last night was 60-40. 60% thought we were going to get something. 40% turned out to be the ones who were right.
But you and I kept telling them it's still 50-50, if you remember.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right.
And there were a bunch of schmucks on X saying, oh, it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, schmucks are right.
Yeah, yep. I'm a schmuck. I had the title card up. But at least in the description, I did put a question mark on the end.
Right.
At least eminent.
Absolutely.
Not on the graphic, but in the text.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
That's like a lawyer telling you to read the fine print.
Yep.
Oh, no, exactly. Elvis is in the hospital. What the hell are you doing there? Are you visiting someone or yourself? Yeah. Good to know. It's always good to know people who are sicker than we are. It makes us feel healthy.
It does.
Michael Sutcliffe raised his hand twice now. Mr. Controversy.
Oh, Michael Sutcliffe, your hand is up. What say you?
Isn't it traditional on Friday night to dump the news as late as you can, like, 10 o'clock Washington, D.C. time?
Not that I'm aware of. All the different stuff for UFOs has been coming out like at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, which is just way too early to deal with.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And then and now they're going to wait till midnight to drop the release just for Daryl?
No.
I was starting to like you, Michael, and I thought you were living my fantasy, but all right.
Hey, I'm with you. I agree. We should check the site till midnight.
I've been checking it throughout the day. You know what? It is what it is. But let's just hope people don't hold us against Trump, because he gave the go-ahead. What the schmucks take care of in the DOW. Didn't they start a war again today, Mike?
If they did,
they started
I must have missed
attacking
it.
what is a Carg Island or something like that about 2-3 hours ago.
I missed it. If they did, it's a good thing. They should do that. But I absolutely missed that part of the what's going on. I hope they are.
Yes,
it needs to be done.
I'm with you on that.
And then some. let me get this out of the way. I know I've got some things that we've shared here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and let's see if there's anything going on News Nation that we can play as a breaking story about UFOs. Andy, we'll get to you in 1 second. Okay, you've got the kid who stabbed somebody. You got the Southern Poverty Law Center who's been paying off the head of the KKK. Oh, we've got Trump talking to the farmers today, saying he got a guy who was a farmer.
Prices are going to go way down.
Going ahead and got put in jail for 7 years for fixing his own tractor. Whether that's exactly right or not. Okay, is there anything here about UFOs? Wait, we got Cuomo coming in, talking about the elections. Ooh, what's going on there? Nothing good. Come on, there's got to be some UFO stuff. Are we going to get anything? Plantier, no. A bunch of records. Hey, we got some more medical shows, medical commercials to watch. No, I don't think. It looks like right now. There's nothing being covered today with regards to UFOs or disclosure. Even someone who's been covering this stuff, like News Nation, to get out here and actually say, "Hey, we've been covering all this stuff." But it looks like the drop we would have expected today didn't happen.
Right.
I guess that is talking about the news that didn't happen. What you're doing now. So if you're welcome to the show, folks, yes, we've just been talking and joined us a little bit late about, yes, the Department of War. Yes, they said we are going to get. Here, hold on. I have someone by the door. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead. So what do you think, Daryl? We could talk about Susan Goff and her secret relationship with her 7 dogs.
Oh, no, don't go there. I'm back.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
God damn, we saved you from that one. Okay, sorry, I thought I saw a duck by the door. I had a duck for cover. All right, as we were saying a minute or so ago, yes, we're going to be getting these documents every few weeks. Every few weeks could mean from 2 weeks to 5 weeks, somewhere in between. About a handful. If it's 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, poor dogs, exactly. All right, let's go ahead and get this video going. Jeremy Corbell talking about psionics and such, and maybe a psyop. Let's see where it goes, folks. Here we go.
You're being played.
By why?
By our government.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay, then tell me how I'm being played.
The psionics movement is a government-controlled movement. I've really never talked about this publicly, but I know that to be true. Not that these guys didn't have experiences, not that there isn't a connection to consciousness and UAP, but I told you at the beginning that they're trying to shape the emerging UAP narrative. That is a quote from a CIA document. The psionics movement, as it's presented to you by intelligence agents, is to shape the narrative. It's not that it's untrue, all of it. Some of it is untrue. And I think if I had those guys sitting with me right here, they'd want to admit it, because they're patriots and they're probably good humans. So keep your mind open.
Yes.
Don't let the marbles spill out.
Sorry about that, folks. Disclosure was going on, literally. She was knocking on the door looking for her food. So I had to run off, get the bowl, fill it up, and catch my breath. What did I miss, Mike? How was Jeremy Corbell here talking about psionics being a government program?
Yeah, he's talking about that he knew it was false and they were going to push it out on the public. And he's been beating that drum for a while now. I was doubling down on it now.
So these are like the people who are the gay left-handed people who are doing psionics for like bringing down UFOs? Or are we talking like the remote viewers kind of psionic stuff?
I think he's talking about the Jake Barber psionic stuff.
Right.
Right out of Stephen Greer, DC Muscle Wolves camp. I think he's saying that's false, which we know already. No one needed to tell us. We knew that already.
So if they're trying to stage it, the public around the UFO phenomenon, Is that to go ahead and try and frame it potentially that we have control over these things, and then we're a bit more, if you want to call it, in control of the situation versus what we think?
No, I would think it would be, as far as the government is concerned, more along the lines of feeding the public as much bullshit as they can. And then when they start to buy into it, they pull the rug out from under them. Disinformation propaganda.
Oh,
That's what they usually do.
Oh, you mean
A bullshit artist.
That's the one.
There we go, exactly. All right, where am I at? I'm here at the desk. where in the hell did I put my browser for Brave? There it is. Let's go ahead now, Mike, and see what we can go ahead and find and bring up and talk about. No, I believe I've got some clips here with Anapolina Luna talking about stuff, and there's a bunch of people who actually cover this. She apparently is, you know how we've heard about people saying, oh, yeah, they've called, the executive branch has called me about whistleblower protections and what they think and how long they should give.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Apparently, Anapolina Luna may have been the one who started this up in the White House.
Okay. Does she say that?
Yeah, she does.
Let's listen to it then.
Let me go and find it. I don't got that one and that one and that one. This has been like re-tagged everywhere. Oh, don't tell me you're going to go and get that there. Zoom it up a bit. All right. In this particular interview, Representative Luna talking about how she called the White House to suggest a UAP whistleblower executive order. What about the declassification order for UFOs as an executive order, Mike?
Yeah, that would supersede the need for whistleblower protection if we had that first.
Exactly.
Because once all that information is declassified and the NDAs are vacated, no one will be prosecuted. They can come forward at their leisure and say whatever they want.
In theory,
we would need that.
That'd be a great idea.
I think so.
Let's go ahead and get this clip up here, and we'll talk about it. Here we go, folks.
And the problem that we're having in Congress is that the UAP Disclosure Act and whistleblower protections, whenever we bring this up to try to make it easier for people to report or to actually give immunity for people to come forward and not risk violating, the Espionage Act if they do have information on this. And right now within the chambers, whenever this happens, I call them legislation goblins because they just pop up. They'll never put it on the NDA. They'll never put it on the FAA. Something as simple as whistleblower protections. Why would you not want to pass that? So I actually called the White House and suggested that we actually do that through an executive order because they don't want to do it in the chamber.
They don't want to do it in the chamber. That sounds pretty obvious. What's going on? Edwin, your hand is up.
Again. Well, the staffers, as Burleson said, the staffers have a lot of leeway on this, and I'm surprised on how much power the staffers actually have because they're lifetime employees.
Right. But this is something wrong where she's not dealing with staffers. She's calling the president, the White House, the executive branch directly and asking for this. Now, while I would think her staffers are a little bit more along with it, but then the people who are going up against it, who are the staffers, it's like the staffer behind someone like Mitch McConnell, the turtle.
Yep.
Exactly. Thanks for your insight on that. All right. Now, where was I at? Ask the executive branch about an order because there aren't a lot of people who are asking about this. And apparently they don't have the support in the House, Mike, or in the Senate to get something like that across. Now, this brings us to the next post that I'm going to go back in here and find from our dear friend. No, we got that one. She's got other ones we'll talk about. All right. All right. Let's play this clip here. This is another part. I guess I got a bunch of clips on this. This next one's coming from Interstellar UAP again, talking about how she's had conversations with Trump about transparency on UFOs. Let's see where this conversation goes. We haven't heard a lot from Luna in recent times, so let's get into it, folks. Here we go.
going to be, I don't know that I'll ever be able to.
No, now I need you to tell me what to believe.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever be able to roll a little green man in on a silver platter for anyone. But what I can do is I can present you with the evidence that we have seen, and I can also tell you what we've been up against. And what I will tell you is on the conversations with the president, he has been very clear about wanting transparency on this issue, and he understands that it's important. And I have had those conversations. The reason why I'm not going to call him and say, Mr.
So there you go. Actually,
President, have you been given access to a read-in program on you? Is because at the end of the day, there's a certain aspect of, do I really want to press the president on something that if he was comfortable with telling me that, he would tell me directly, because I feel that I have a very good relationship.
Wait a minute. She's being wary of asking questions about Trump, about him supporting this?
Yeah.
Isn't she the head of the task force for the classification of national secrets?
Yes.
So why would she be afraid to ask him questions like that?
She shouldn't, but obviously she's sharing that she is. That's
like
not a good sign.
She just took this particular position to get in everybody's face for her to go ahead and build her political career, in other words.
Well, midterms are coming up, so yeah.
Yeah.
Daryl has his hand up.
Daryl, go ahead.
I was just going to say, maybe she's, I mean, you have to know she's cognizant of the fact that that the president does not believe, at least up until recently, about UFOs. Yeah. So maybe she's concerned about going to him with something about them. I don't know. But
apparently Tim Burchett isn't afraid of it. Wow.
Right. But this is the woman who's prosecuting somebody for touching her, so.
Barely touching her, grazing her.
Yeah.
It's no different than when Trump is walking around talking with President Xi, and he touches him on the arm when he's talking to try and communicate. As she's power walking, she won't slow down. She's walking as fast as she can with her stuff to try and outrun, the people that are trying to interview her. This makes it more difficult because, well, it's not on the same team apparently. Let's listen some more. Here we go.
With him, but also this aspect of, even if he had that, he might not be able to tell me because we're being told that we don't have the correct clearances. So at the end of the day, what can we do?
But he could tell you.
He could tell me.
He's allowed to tell people.
Yes, and he can also direct agencies to give us full blanket access and clearance. Because the other thing that we are coming up with within the intelligence communities, they said, well, you have to go to this division of government to get the clearance, or have to get it from House Intelligence, et cetera. When in actuality, he's the overarching authority. And just like he gave Director Gabbard all the read-in authorities and access to different things pertaining to JFK, MLK, and RFK, he can give us similar clearances. Right now, the White House has been doing a good job on the rollout, and we have not been getting pushed back. Going to be,
why not ask?
I don't know that
if he put out the statement and they're releasing it, what's the fear of asking?
I wouldn't have any. Neither would you. But she does.
I smell something fishy, and it's not from the fish market.
Yeah. This ain't right.
Smells like dead feet is more like it.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Dead, infected feet.
Yeah. There ain't enough peanut butter in the world to cover that up.
No, there isn't. All right, we got another one here. Anna Bellina Luna. All right. These beings are interdimensional, and the UAP phenomenon is real with concrete proof. Okay.
Yeah, concrete proof. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's hear it. Oh, no. Got the picture of the angel up there from Interstellar. We have an idea. Oh, my God. Is she having a vision now? Or did somebody find the remote control?
These things, whatever the phenomenon exists, that they don't believe that they operate in the realm that we can understand currently. So the term that they use is interdimensional. Now,
and this is used repeatedly.
This is used repeatedly by the witnesses. Now, have I seen something pop out of a portal? No. I've never personally witnessed one of these things. I've never personally witnessed one of these things. So it's been interesting.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Have I personally seen something pop out of a portal? Right?
Right.
The question should be, oh, you haven't seen them personally. Have you seen any videos that kind of show this kind of stuff going into or coming out of one, perhaps?
Oh, she doesn't want to answer that.
No.
She's using lawyer speak to dodge and evade that question.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good
and
sign.
Collecting all this information and then sorting out who's lying, who's telling the truth, and like what evidence we have that can kind of better put together this picture. What I will say is that concretely, the phenomena exists. You have too much evidence that says otherwise. And what I'm currently focusing on right now is whether or not we can put in place to find out in regards to the funding aspect and mechanism and oversight.
Right.
We can get protections for these whistleblowers to see if there's these things.
Okay, to try and get protections for the whistleblowers, yeah.
Never
Not to
gonna
try
happen.
and get the information and the truth out because we think Trump has got this handled for the time being. But you know, Mike, if they can't get protections for whistleblowers to go through, they're not going to be able to get any UAP legislation to go through.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
All right. Interstellar's on a roll. There's been interest because there's something there, because it's real. It's not just made up. It's not just some crazy, wacky thing, wild and wacky stuff. I did not know that. How about that?
Uh-huh.
You, the Johnny Carson. What do you think, Ed?
I think that's great, Thomas.
Exactly.
Of strangeness.
Hold on. It was the Ed McMahon thing, if anyone missed that one. Yes, sir, you are correct.
In part. But there's interest because there's something there, because it's real. It's not just made up. It's not just like some crazy, wacky thing. It's real.
Okay, so one thing that's real that we can establish is that we have a range of testimony from aviators about inexplicable events
And
in the air,
video
and a
evidence.
range of videos that seem to correspond with at least some of that. Okay, let's go then into what you could call like the stronger dose of strangeness.
The stronger dose of strangeness, and introducing Alice. What say you?
I walked away when I heard Anna say, "Did I see something pop out of a portal?" No, I didn't. But doesn't that imply that there is a portal that she's aware of?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. I didn't see something jump out of a portal. Well, Anna, what portal are you speaking of?
Maybe she's
That's all.
watched Skinwalker Ranch.
Does it take AAA or 9 volt?
The portal, Thomas, again. This is a portal for ET.
I know that. It's Friday Night Disclosure, my God, friends. If we haven't said national security, now Daryl and I are caught up because we've been drinking along without having to hear the words national security. But enjoying it.
But I mean, do you agree a little bit about that? Do you agree? I mean, she's speaking of portals.
Well, she was, yeah. But she didn't say that she had seen one personally.
No, but she said, "Did I see anything pop out of one?" No, that kind of implies maybe there is one that she knows of.
I wouldn't discount the fact that she's maybe read Skinwalkers at the Pentagon or watched Skinwalker Ranch. I mean, it's not a new concept. I think she's read in, at least on the public level.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's just something I threw out there for
God,
thought.
even Tim has pictures of a portal opening up. Was it anything, a Tic Tac, and something kind of flew into it and then it closed down?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like
Bangor
to see that
Island.
if you have it
No, not
sometime.
Bangor Island. It was near Bangor Island.
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Thank you. Let's
Good
get back to
conversation.
this. Here we go.
Which is the claim that there is a secret program inside the U.S. government that knows a lot about this or knows more about this. You've had people testify to that effect before your own committee. Do you think that there is a secret program inside the federal government?
I think that there's a lot of money in the Pentagon that goes unaccounted for. And part of the reason why we initially wanted to investigate is, again, being stewards of the pocketbook. Where's our money going? If you have people testify.
She won't answer the question.
Nope. Like a typical politician, she's sidestepping
Talks
it.
around it.
Yep. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
To this, and they're saying that they're afraid of losing their lives over it. Is there a there to that? What's been interesting is the amount of pushback that we've gotten. So do we know that money's missing out of the Pentagon's budget that we can't account for? Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't passed a budget for like how many years? And there's like $21 trillion that have gone unaccounted for so far, right, Mike?
That's correct. And that money's been missing the whole time. Yeah. At least we'll never see it. And it's all in black budget. Yep. So they don't have to disclose shit. That's what she's talking about,
but nothing new.
So do we know that money's missing out of the Pentagon's budget that we can't account for? Yes. Do we know that people are making these testimonies under oath and risking prosecution for lying under oath? Yes. Do we also know that there are things that we can't explain? And we have now the new director of AARO who concurs with us on this instead of attacking our witnesses.
What is AARO?
Yes. AARO is the all domain anomaly office that was set up to essentially investigate these things, which by the way.
No, they were set up as a flypaper operation to go ahead and get whistleblowers to come and talk to them and then get them under stricter NDAs and then threaten them and take away their livelihood, right?
Right.
That's
which they've been doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, girl.
She needs to get rid of AARO.
Yep.
Which she also talked about. So let's see what she says when he asked her about AARO.
Okay, girl. Duck just came to me on top of the hot tub window. She's watching the show too, apparently. She likes it.
The former director was, in my opinion, stonewalling our investigations and efforts. You have a new director that's come in and basically pushed for the release, and now we have the documentation. All that to say
damn it.
that I have seen enough weird stuff to definitely make me be skeptical of the aspect of everything's fine and dandy and look the other way.
Okay, so everything isn't fine and dandy.
Correct.
But
remove.
Just to stick with the most.
Okay, sorry we had a troll coming back. Man, we've been getting trolls back every time.
Yeah, especially when it gets slow with the news cycle and drops, then we get the trolls. We get drama.
Hey, it gives us subscribers.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
All right, so yeah. Okay, anything here? Any else from Luna? We've got that one now. There. She goes fine.
It's definitely like. Whoa! What the? Whoa! What is that?
Who is
what
that?
Is that?
Hold on, I got audio
what is
coming
it?
through
Do you see
on
it,
this
Connor?
shit. What the hell is? I've shut off the audio for whatever's coming from the back. I have no idea. Oh, what the hell? There we go. I found it. Oh no. I'll find it. Give me a second here, folks. Somehow. I'll find it. Give me one more second. I got it here playing out here somewhere. God damn it. Window. Where in the hell is this coming from? Hold on. I'll find it. This has got to be coming from Chrome then. There it goes. No, that's not it. Close that window down. Let me just start closing windows down randomly. I've got a video playing in the background, and it's an Anaplina Luna video playing in the background. I have no idea where the audio is coming from. Just give me a second, folks, to go ahead and... What the hell? Where the hell did this come? Is it coming from? All right, it's got to be from Chrome. What the hell? Let me just... Okay, it's in Brave. Let me load it back again. Brave browser. Come on, we can do it. It's not loading. Wonderful. Brave browser on the wrong hard drive. Let's bring it up again. Almost there. Okay, I've got it. I think. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, okay, it's a live show and I screwed up. What else is new? It started playing audio on a clip I didn't want to play, Mike. And I could not find where it was coming from, but apparently we found it.
Yep. Well, I checked. There wasn't anyone in the back, so...
No, it was me. It was completely me. We lost some people in the audience. People said, oh my God, they're freaking out. Actually, freaking out again. On that note, before I start playing the audio, let me turn the media back on again so you can hear it again. All right, in this next clip, and I believe it's from same interview, we've got Anna Polina Luna talking about going to Eglin Air Force Base and the cover-up that ensued coming out of that. I think this is from the same one. Let's play and see where it goes, folks. Here we go.
Go from Epstein to other areas. So just first, tell me about the committee that you're running and how you ended up in this role.
Yeah, so the last...
Tim Burchett was supposed to get the role first, but then you did something and took the role away from him, which alienated him from the group, as far as I remember, right, Mike?
That's correct, Thomas.
Congress that I served in, 118th, both Representative Burchett, myself, and Matt Gaetz responded to a whistleblower report from pilots at Eglin Air Force Base saying that the Air Force was covering up UAP activity, or UFO activity, if you will. We went up to investigate. We get people that say things all the time. And when we were there, we were stonewalled, we were shut down. They tried to cancel the briefing initially. We got it back on. We get there. They're showing us stuff about Chinese spy balloons, which is equally important. However, that's not what we were there to see. And they ended up eventually, after we got into a fight with them, pulling in pilots. And we got the most insane briefing from the pilots that we've pretty much ever heard, saying, hey, these things are real.
Where is Eglin Air Force Base, just so people know?
Eglin Air Force Base is in the Panhandle.
Okay, so it was yourself and Matt Gaetz, who was then a Florida congressman, and it was Tim Burchett, a congressman from Tennessee, who received this whistleblower report.
Correct. Briefing. And then we go up to Eglin to follow up on it, and that's when kind of...
But why did you receive the briefing in the first place?
Well, these whistleblowers came forward to Representative Gaetz's office and said the Air Force was covering up UAP activity.
Okay.
So clearly when you get something like that, you're like, all right, you hear cover up, it kind of piques interest.
Had you had any contact with or interest in the world of UFO stuff before this?
I had a pilot when I was stationed at Portland Air National Guard tell me about an airspace incursion that had happened, and he was kind of spooked and talking about it. But I wasn't necessarily focused on it, right? This piqued my interest because you have Eglin Air Force Base. I was stationed at Hurlburt Field. I know the area. The pilots were very well equipped, so they're not making it up. And after we got up there, we're just kind of following up on to do due diligence. You have a member of House Armed Services that oversees the military and funding, and 2 members of Congressional Oversight, which do the investigations. And when we got up there, that's when stuff hit the fan. And that's when we basically realized that the Air Force was indeed not being so transparent about what was actually happening. So that happened in the 118th Congress. And then at the start of the 119th Congress, we realized President Trump had talked about releasing the MLK, RFK, and JFK files. We had this stuff outstanding with UAP activity. And so we ended up actually wanting to be the follow-through mechanism arm for the president. And so Chairman Comer decided to set up the task force. And initially, people were a little spooked about taking the position because of everything that it involved. And there was a stigma, even when we had our first UAP hearing, of people saying, if you do this, people are going to think you're crazy. And it's a taboo topic, right?
Well, I haven't really asked about your relationship to the congressional leadership, but do you think that this was something that you were given in part because it was like, let's, keep her busy, and also it might make her look a little crazy?
I think maybe they anticipated that. But I also
But you had already held a hearing.
Yeah. So, well, there's already a hearing on oversight, and there's a lot of interest for it. So I said, look, these are some really interesting topics. I think everyone kind of wants to know, right? This is in part curiosity. We're not trying to be the cat, so we're trying to, stay safe while we're doing it. But this aspect of just wanting to find out more, kind of answer questions. And if we don't know, we'll tell you. But no one thought that we would get the UAP files declassified. Not one person, except for when President Trump started saying, okay, we're going to declassify it. And
right. And the thing is, though, the president has the opportunity to go ahead and declassify anything just by thought. So if she's talking to Trump about things he potentially may not be able to, quote unquote, talk about, Mike, there's nothing Trump can't talk about unless it's really something from the DOE, but he could still technically talk about it if he really wanted to.
He could talk to anybody he wants about it.
Yep.
We both know that. We know exactly how it works.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Alice, what say you?
I'm a little confused because she said no one really thought it would happen, but wasn't she the one appointed to make that happen when Trump first came into office this time? I don't really know what her role is, so maybe you could fill me in a little bit on that if you don't mind.
She's the Grand Poobah.
Well,
She's
if
the
she's
head of the
saying
committee.
nobody thought about it,
She's
she
the
would have
committee
had.
chair.
Pardon?
She's the committee chair. She's the head of the committee, the Grand Poobah, the person in charge of it. They, you know, in that particular role, you've got a bunch of people who will all along with you, and you'll go ahead and assign different things to different people and get people to all participate in different parts of it. You would have to come up with an agenda, or at least propose one that everyone would vote on, potentially, unless it's a total situation where it's only going to go what she says, and she's not going to listen to anybody else. So it's just kind of it's a committee, and she's the head of the committee, and what the committee does, she actually gets to steer it a little bit. But there's also the people who are part of that committee that she leverages and works with.
But they didn't come out through her. Didn't they come out through Hegseth in the war? Or was she part of this disclosure the disclosure files?
Yeah, the disclosure files are being released based on the president's executive tweet, and they're being released through the Department of War. If they ever had any files coming from them, it would never be coming from their website. It'd be coming from someplace else. So granted, the executive order is what's getting us disclosure. She may have been talking about stuff, but she won't even talk to the president about this stuff. So,
well, thank you for explaining that to me.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think that's when things really started changing. I actually had a member of Congress find me on the floor, and Chairman Comer, I was talking to him the other day. He goes, well, Luna, you did some great things with that task force. Because it's not just that. It's also this aspect of the JFK files and the declassification there.
Which, Mike, what did we learn out of the declassification of the files for JFK?
That it took 60 years too long, and whatever they released was nothing new.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't the DNI find a whole bunch of files, supposedly, that the CIA had locked up?
2 million, and they never released them.
Oh,
right.
That's right. Now we got, unfortunately, Tulsi Gabbard making an exit, and Trump instructing the new stooge who's he's put in place in charge of the DNI on a temporary basis to go ahead and start firing everybody.
Right.
Across the intelligence agencies.
Right.
Not just in the DNI.
And he had Tulsi Gabbard doing that when she first took over, if you remember.
Yep.
We
That's
covered
true.
that.
How to?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes. And over Area 51, they did snap some pictures. It's not a Klingon ship. From the looks of it, this is they've been doing some testing on the F-47, Mike. It's already flying. It's
good.
There you go.
That's it. Yep.
And Project Fear has a video out there of this potentially, and let's go ahead and play it. And I guess do this. Crank it up a little bit higher. Yeah, fuck, exactly. Let's play this. So yeah, they've got it flying around over Area 51. Cool that they caught it. Wait, was that a UFO flying over?
No.
Could be.
Yes, it was.
It's a dragonfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was in other news things that have been out there. They've captured video near Area 51.
Thomas,
UFOs.
It's clearly a bird.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Either
balloon.
a bird or a
It's
dragonfly, because it had a big head and a long cylindrical body behind it. We didn't see the wings because it was going to.
It's a pterodactyl. It's a pterodactyl. Of course.
A pterodactyl.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can come down and fly on it and hit, actually, no, that's not the pterodactyl. That was the other buzzards where you hit them and the egg pops out. You have to go take care of it. The pterodactyl was the one that was flying near you every so often going out. It would be going, bah! And then go really fast. You had to get out of the way.
I hate those pterodactyls.
I'm talking Joust. Williams Electronics.
Oh my God.
I love Joust.
That was one of my games.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
me too.
Anything else? Great. And there you go. There's the actual version of what the F-47 is kind of look like. Boeing's actually pulling it off. Hey, it's actually flying without falling apart in the air. But that looks...
It's a bird.
Like that. So yeah, F-47, cool that we're finally seeing it. Okay, and the next one, what have we got going on? The hell is he talking about?
Film.
Oh no. No. We can't go here. We refuse to go here. Even though Redacted is going here, Mike, I have to skip it. Lucky Palmer. You remember Lucky Palmer, right?
Yeah.
He has the big defense company that's about creating drones and such.
Yes.
What's he saying? Palmer Lucky tells Joe Rogan UFOs are not from another galaxy. It's probably far weirder.
Some parallel.
Oh, it's got music in the background. Fuck that shit. We're not going to get there. All right, let me get to my bookmarks then. I've got some interesting things in here. Okay, we already saw the F-47 zoomed in. We've got that. Dr. Eric Davis. This time, he's fighting for salad. First salad. Right. First blood. All right. Hey, you know how we had those bolides coming in and exploding in the atmosphere, coming in as like green things shooting through the sky, and we had a couple of them in the northeast of the United States last weekend. One on Friday, I think. Another on Saturday, or Thursday and Saturday, something like that. Guess what? They're getting it across the Europe, Mr. BB333, also known as Michael Bradbury. Something just tore across the sky over Europe. People across the parts of Italy looked up and saw something extraordinary streaking across the night sky. Witnesses described a brilliant fireball tearing through the atmosphere before breaking into multiple fragments. So, there you go. These things happen all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Nothing new. Oh, gosh.
I am curious what the shutter speed is on that camera. I'm curious what the shutter speed is, though. How fast, was it? Was it a streak, or did you actually see those balls on the tail?
I think that's an actual photo. I could be wrong.
No. What I mean is, how quick was the picture snapped?
How quick did it go before it exploded?
No.
How quick was it used any?
Like in the video of the volcano, right? We saw the thing come down.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that's a much slower frame rate. I mean, the
maybe
speed,
unless it's an AI picture he put out there, because events like this happen in seconds, but they leave an impression that lasts much longer. We've seen a bunch of these things go all over the sky. People look up and it's shooting across the sky. The lighting changes and everything. It's there and then it's gone.
Exposure. Yeah. Your mama. Thank you.
We don't know how fast the shutter, what the camera specs were, what they were using and anything. I can tell you I use a Sony FX30 here. It's a 4K camera. It does a great job for live streams. All right. So press release coming in SETI Institute. Beyond Disclosure Day, the real world protocols. The IAA SETI committee announced today updated rules for evaluating and revealing the detection of extraterrestrial intelligence. Wait a minute. They're not looking for intelligence out there, really. They're looking at all the different planets that are out there and trying to figure out if there's a signal coming from these particular planets from something that would be habitable, right?
Right.
Which means they're really not looking for extraterrestrial life.
No.
It sounds like they're looking for money.
Bing! Yeah, defund these schmucks. They want to look out there, but they're not willing to look, in our backyards and consider it's already here. So, all right.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many citizen people taking better images.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I sent a video in the back chat, Thomas. Do you see it?
No. What is it about?
It's about Immaculate Constellation.
Immaculate Constipation coming from... Oh, okay. Let me copy the link address. Yeah, this guy doesn't like me. He blocked me a while ago for whatever I did. I don't know.
Also, did you see that Nancy Grace link I posted back there? Today, she talked about UFOs.
She did. Hold on.
Thanks to whoever did that in the chat.
The last one you gave me, Nick, the astral copy, that's the same one you gave me before. The Immaculate Constipation stuff coming out. Actually, no, it isn't. It is a different one. It just looks like it is. Skip. Let me open it. All right, so we're back to Jeremy Corbell again, talking about Immaculate Constipation. Let's see where this one goes. It's only a 7:20 p.m. so the quality is going to be wonderful. I love people when they take something that's 4K and or 1080p and downres it to 720p because their computer sucks so much. The FX30 is a awesome camera. I have lots of videos on my channel on that camera. Jake, not from State Farm. Yeah. Best thing about it has a built-in fan. So if you want to go ahead and record like 4K recording, the 4K 60 for like hours, it'll never overheat and shut down. Thanks for that tip. Let's get into it. You know, and I just have to say, he just looks so good in pink.
Oh, God.
It's Pride Month, though. You know?
He's in touch with his feminine side for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke always says he sounds like a Muscle Mary.
No?
He's like, who is that? He sounds like a Muscle Mary. It's like Jeremy Corbell on the looks at him. It's like, oh, yeah, exactly.
Immaculate Constellation is a program. It has gone by different names. And essentially what it does is before the average intelligence community can see footage from like actionable events in flight, it uses an AI to take out all the UFOs instead of like NASA airbrushing shit out, which they got caught doing, right? This was a high level artificial intelligence, and Immaculate Constellation is a part of a constellation of UAP programs. Okay. And this was a defensive program.
How about it was something, because, you know, the government is always so on top of stuff with AI and everything. It was a program that recognized keywords and had videos and stuff attachments. And if it hit a certain criteria, the scripts would go out there after reviewing this stuff on a regular basis, take the data, pull it out of the systems where it's at, delete everything because it had the God passwords to do it, and put it all into a box for the executive branch.
Right.
That's kind of what it did. Now, has the name changed on a regular basis? According to Lou Elizondo, the answer to that one is yes. So it was called Immaculate Constellation. It was called something before that, and now it's probably called something else at this point.
Right.
There we go.
To make sure the intelligence community, the average intel agent at CIA, FBI, or DOD or DOE or any of them don't see the UAPs. That's what it was. And he stumbled across it. He's like, fuck, this ain't right. Somebody's siloing this information. That's who Matthew Brown is. Matthew Brown is a patriot. He's a hero of mine, like Dylan Borland is, and David Grush is. And man, that's Matthew Brown.
Well, let me.
Interesting. I have to say, though, although we only see a little bit of this woman, you know, her wig and her makeup, you know who she reminds me of?
Oh.
Jean Carroll.
Okay.
The one who sued Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Interesting thoughts coming about Immaculate Constellation. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, my friend Nick in the back. All right. So next we've got... Okay. Let's not get to that. I know okay. D. Dean Johnson. You love D. Dean Johnson, don't you, Mike? He's
my buddy. Yeah.
God, he's our buddy. But he actually put a tweet out there. We let other people respond to it. At least I could. Nobody did. But that's a good one. But interesting. This is where it tells us he's actually giving us the insight on where the hell is the UAP Disclosure Act, right?
Obviously not in the upcoming NDAA.
That's right. So the U.S. House of Representatives Armed Services Committee approves the FY27 National Defense Authorization Act with no apparent new UAP UFO provisions. Now, there's a lot of chatter these days about UAP and disclosure on social media and the media, but you would not know it. It's based on yesterday's marathon voting session in the Armed Services Committee in the U.S. House of Representatives yesterday, June 4th, 2026. The committee amended and approved its $1.15 trillion version of the FY27 National Defense Authorization Act under House Resolution 8800 on a vote of 44-12. As usual, the committee started with a base bill called the Chairman's Mark. The Chairman's Mark is Representative Mark is coming from Mike Rogers. And then the course of in a 14-hour markup in a voting session acted on like some 900 proposed revisions. The committee adopted hundreds of revisions as individual amendments or en bloc amendments, meaning amendments made up a list of incorporated amendments. Now, while the matter is not free from doubt due to the volume of material and variations in possible language, there was no amendment submitted by any of the 57 members of the committee and no provision in the underlying chairman's mark incorporating any of the provisions of the UAP Disclosure Act, or referred to the UAP or even the UAP or RO in any other fashion. It appears, therefore, that the committee approved bill would neither add nor subtract from UAP-related enactments of recent years, which I have covered extensively on this platform and elsewhere. However, certainly will only be possible when the clerks incorporate all amendments and post a unified committee reported bill, which will take some time. There are many further steps in the National Defense Authorization Act enactment process. In recent years, the NDAAs have never reached enactment before late December. No schedule for the House floor action on H.R. 8800 has been announced, although my guess is that will occur before July 4th. The next step for the bill. So we get it into, let's get past the bill. Okay, where any House member can file amendments for possible consideration on the House floor. However, the Rules Committee will make only a fraction of the filed amendments in order for floor consideration, and not all of those will be adopted on the floor. You remember in August of 2025, Congressman Eric Burleson submitted a version of the UAP Disclosure Act to the Rules Committee during his consideration of the FY26 NDAA, but the Rules Committee did not make that amendment in order. Mr. Burleson voiced dissatisfaction about that outcome in public remarks on September 9th, 2025. Meanwhile, the Senate Armed Services Committee is scheduled to mark up its version of the FY 2027 NDAA, as yet unseen, in closed sessions between June 9th and 10th, 2026. Mike, it's, all the noise for the UAP disclosure and everything coming from the Senate and the House. They've 56, 59 people. Nobody brought it up.
Right.
And now they're going to have to bring it up as an amendment at the very end.
Yeah. Good luck. No one's going to pick it up.
Yeah.
It's not going to get passed. It's not going to be incorporated. It's not going to get voted on.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Brian England. Wow. What a mess.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about it, how important it is, all the different stuff that's out there. I just want to thank Wendy, Joe, for that great super chat. We also got one from Brendan England earlier. Thank you for your donation, guys. Really appreciate your support of Ongoing Disclosure tonight. We're a fan-funded program. We appreciate everything people kick into this place. And, oh, my God, Tia's here. Tia, it's been so long.
Yeah, she's been here.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she's been sitting quietly in the back.
Wild, wacky stuff, I guess I could say.
Yeah. Good to see an old regular back in the show.
Well, how about a regular? We're not going to call her old because that's not nice to call a woman old.
I'm not calling her old. I'm just saying she's been around a long time.
Yeah, I know that. So, Burleson's been talking about how important the UAP Disclosure Act is. But of the 59 people in the House, he couldn't get one person in the committee to submit it as an amendment. And what they say, there were like 900 of these things, 900 proposed revisions, and not one of them included anything for UFOs or UAP. Mike, this just goes to show how incompetent and incapable the House of Representatives is to bring anything out there for UFO disclosure into the bill. Granted, this is early in the year. We are in June, but you know what? Why wait till August, September, October, Mike, when they're going to try and get this approved and pass it? That should be in there in the foundation of the document.
They have no interest in adopting any UAP legislation for the NDAA for 2027. No way in hell.
Does that mean we have to blame Annapolina Luna? She is the chairman of the task force, right?
Yes. And on the House Oversight Committee. So she could have gotten somebody to do something. She deals directly with James Comer, who's the chair of House Oversight. But nobody seems to be doing a damn thing.
Do they ever?
No. But did you see that the proposed budget is over $1 trillion already and climbing?
They actually asked for 1.5 trillion. They got 1.15 trillion so far. As I go ahead to hit the library for a second, Mike, I'll let you run this for a bit. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Not a problem.
I'd say probably, Mike, that it's that big because there's this little training exercise we've got going on over in Iran right now. And that's dumping a lot of live ordnance. So my guess is the budget's a little bit inflated to get the stockpiles back.
Well, I don't know if they're planning on doing that for the upcoming 2027 fiscal year. I understand that if they want to get the reserves back to where they were before this little exercise, it's going to take several years to do that. But I have a feeling that they haven't added 900 more amendments like they have, which they could do by the end of this year when they usually vote on it. I have a feeling that figure is going to probably hit or if not exceed 1.5 trillion.
Well, then so you just said there'd be a bunch of amendments. So couldn't they make an amendment that would be the UFO whistleblower protections?
Yeah, but they're never going to push for that or approve it or pass it. They have no interest in that.
No.
Right. Which means from last year, the NDAA, if passed, and those numbers continue to climb, we're talking about double what we authorized last year. That's
but apparently we need
insane.
a lot of money to go ahead and replenish all the arms that we've sent across to Ukraine that we haven't rebuilt again. Plus, we've been creating our own battles over in the Middle East that we've been using our weapons that we need to replenish. That stuff just doesn't, forget our regular operation budgets. We need to go ahead and replenish our stores of weapons and materials because it just makes us, puts us in a very bad situation, Mike.
I know, but listen, it's going to take years.
Sorry.
It's going to take years to replenish this inventory.
Right.
That means we're going to get hit with double the normal military budget every year moving forward?
Well, they pay in advance. Generally how it goes, if you want to build it, you pay for it, and then they deliver it, I believe.
Yeah, well, this is going to just skyrocket our national debt moving forward, nonstop.
Yeah.
And nobody's bitching about that? No, they're busy just adding more stuff to it.
Yeah.
But nothing worthwhile. No whistleblower protections. Nothing. No disclosure. No. Business as usual.
Well,
disclosure as usual.
If we can look forward to these future releases, this is the fuel on the fire of the people, and the people would start demanding things. That's the problem. The people, and the majority of people in the United States who are voters, don't have as much passion about this issue as we do. They have a more passionate issue about how big Marco Rubio's shoes are.
Right.
Or who's playing the role of the press secretary at this point.
Oh, well, yeah, a few people.
Yeah, exactly. Wants everything disclosed. No. I guess I grabbed a lot of stuff here. Okay, we had an issue going on, just changing it up a little bit. Had some stuff going on in the space station today. The astronauts had to go ahead and seek shelter in the Dragon capsule because the Russian Soyuz capsule that is attached. Actually, not the Soyuz capsule. The section of the International Space Station that's run by the Russians, which they found had a hole drilled into the side of it before, like it was someone trying to do sabotage.
Right.
Was leaking at a high rate, and they were concerned that it could compromise the structure of the overall space station at this point. So, they were put into safety for several hours, but after the Russians were able to go ahead and patch their link, you got to wonder how much bubble gum did they have to use to patch the link this time?
Yeah, and how much oxygen do they have on board? They can't afford to waste any into space.
No, they were losing like 2 pounds an hour or something like this, so a regular high amount, which made everybody freak out to what's going on. Meanwhile, the Chinese have a brand new space station, and they have no problems with it.
No, I understand that they not only don't have any problems with it, but on the Chinese space station, they could do actual barbecue.
Yeah, they do.
With food on an open flame. Yeah. Amazing.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Ari gang. Although it's Korean, but it's the same thing. Being able to cook meat over a searing heat and have nice seared beef or pork, or they like pork a lot. Or chicken.
Can I throw out a little color on that the space station thing?
Yeah.
It's I don't know how many people realize this. Probably a lot of people in this chat, but Bigelow, the guy that owns Skinwalker Ranch, actually has a space module attached to the space station. It's called the Beam, the Bigelow Aerospace something inflatable habitat. I don't know.
Right. Well, it's basically it's inflatable components that was developed to put in orbit or to put on the moon. This was technology that was initially developed by NASA. They then gave it to Bigelow. Bigelow invested billions into it to get there. And after the stuff happened with OSAP, NASA started fucking around with the payment structure, coming back to Bigelow, refusing to pay him, which basically resulted in him shutting down Bigelow Aerospace Sciences.
Yeah, that's the story. But I mean, does the government always tell you the truth? I there could be a little bit of Skinwalker Ranch in that tent for all I could believe.
Well, I didn't hear that from the government. That's what came out through Bigelow.
So it's just an interesting, kind of aside. We're talking about all stuff like the woo, but fuck, this guy's got an actual thing in space.
He's got a huge facility for building inflatable space.
I mean,
habitats.
It totally makes total sense that you can compact it into a smaller space. You can expand it once you're there in space. It's great for deep space travel as well. So yeah, it makes 100% sense.
Yeah, that's where it goes, my friend. So thank God everyone's safe. Executive order, Luna, we got that. We talked about the Department of War. All right, Congressman Eric Burleson. Oh, God, I can't do this. This is 16 minutes long on reality. Oh, this is Joe Cleo. We played some of this shit last night. We didn't get in trouble. So let's get to... I'm going to jump into this 12 minutes in. I'm going to guess this is Joe Cleo talking with... It's nice to see Joe here actually on camera and not just give you everything to Ross. Keep it home, you know what I mean? Let's see where this goes. 11 minutes into the interview, and we'll talk about it. Here we go, folks.
Interesting. Just one more question before we go. There is this sort of morality question that you touched on a lot here in your previous answer. I just wonder what you make, big picture, of the idea that there are things that are in our airspace, can't definitively say what they are, but we can definitively say we don't know how they operate. Our laws of physics don't seem to apply. And one reason the government has for years held on to that information is because of fear of how people would react to that, whether it's religious communities or other, maybe it's shaking people's faith in the idea that the U.S. government can protect them from certain threats. What do you make of the government even weighing that at all as a reason not to disclose?
I think that they weigh that, but I think that it's actually the opposite. The more that I've looked into this, the more I think that that this government does not want to reveal.
So I want to point this out. The reason Eric Burleson looks so red is because they didn't set the white levels on the camera that he's on, and it's broadcasting him as being more red versus being... See, he's probably usually not that red, but... Sorry, I'm geeking out on the camera. Here we go.
The fact that they have a weakness. They don't want to demonstrate that they don't know what's going on.
And sorry, when you say this government, we're obviously not just talking about the Trump administration, but several administrations going back decades.
Right, like you don't want to...
Hold on a second. Daryl, they're saying they don't know what's going on, really? After 80 years of watching this shit, they're still like, gee, what the hell is this doing? We've never seen this before.
Yeah, they obviously they don't know anything. But yeah, I'm geeking out on your camera thing. Because you can definitely see the red, white, and blue and the flag in the back, and how the red is not the same red.
It is, and it's purple because there's too much red being pushed into the blue of the flag.
Sorry, chat, but yeah.
We're geeking out on that stuff, yes. Like for me, I could go ahead and turn this one off, and I'm a bit more red, but I can turn it off and get rid of it. You just have to understand what you're dealing with here.
Oh, I can look jaundiced real quick if I wanted to.
Are you going to turn it orange again? You're gonna turn
I'm not going to do anything.
No, it can also make your hair like you've got a red hair, but you don't.
No.
Yeah, but it does. Looks like you've got red hair on the top here.
Great, Thomas. Another thing for me to fucking figure out later.
Don't worry about it. No, if you turn the lights on, you're like staring into lights. And if I could show you all the lights that I'm staring into here, don't worry about it. I'm just giving you shit.
A telegraph to its own citizens that we're incapable of defending our airspace above our own military bases. That we're incapable, we do not have the scientific knowledge or understanding of what it is that we're experiencing or what we're seeing. Because you could be giving up the bag to, giving it up to your adversaries, if this is what your adversaries are doing, or that you don't know what's happening, or you're giving it up to your own citizens that we aren't as strong as you think we are.
No.
And I think that is the motivation, probably more so than anything, why this has not been disclosed.
Okay. And you talked about the video that you're pursuing right now, the orbs. If there is one thing, one question you could have answered, one piece of information that is sort of missing that for you would be a game changer, that you think is out there, what would it be? Like, what would the one thing be right now if you could have it in your
national security? Yes.
Well, I mean, a lot of the people that have talked about interacting with these egg-shaped craft that we have in our possession, I want to see the craft. We've heard people that have claimed that they've gone into it and they've lost time. I want to go into the craft. I want to see for myself. Again, I'm from Missouri. You're going to have to show me. And so that's until I get to that point, everything is going to be blurry videos.
Okay.
Right.
I will give you the final word. I'm all out of my questions for now. I'll have many more days to come, but final word, you can wrap it up with this.
Yeah, I just think that at the end of the day, this is a fascinating topic, and it's the more that we recognize that this is a national security threat, the better. I'm glad to see that this administration has recognized that it is a threat. I would point everyone to the two documents. There's been one document that was released in the first batch, and then a second document that's similar, that are the accounts of individuals that were on site at one of our military installations that had an experience with these orbs. And to me, I got that briefing by those individuals who had been there shortly after the event happened. And that, to me, is something I would point everyone to. I think that evidence is much more important than some of the videos.
Yeah, that was a fascinating one. I know the document you're talking about. I think it's that kind of thing that makes people in this building who used to laugh at this topic now all of a sudden take it seriously.
Because they used to talk about little green men from Mars and the blue meanies from Venus.
Security folks who are experiencing it.
Yeah, in fact, today at the baseball practice, I had one member kind of snicker about, to me about the UFO thing or about aliens.
Even he brings up the Snickers and peanut butter from Susan Goff.
But and I said, have you had that? Have you had the briefing? Have you had the briefing that me and Leader Scalise and others have had? I would recommend that you have that briefing before you turn, because you'll walk away from that briefing knowing that this is not comical anymore.
But okay. He's talking about that briefing. Why didn't he talk to the 59 people that could have brought anything for UAP legislation in to the National Defense Authorization Act from the UAP Disclosure Act, right, Daryl?
Right. And I think we found our color scheme for the Christmas show.
Yeah, red and green. But there were blue aliens before. We've seen those. None of there. Purple, red, yellow, green. I'll go with green. What the hell? Gotta have fun with it. Okay, we're back to normal again. All right, so Burleson, interesting things to talk about. Was there anything else we can get to in this interview? I digress. Let's see if Joe Khalil has got another question for him. Let's get to this point and see where it takes us. Here we go, folks.
There was this release of videos and files, and I think for people who are not super familiar with the topic, that was maybe the first time that they'd seen in depth anything, on the phenomenon.
Oh, fucking disclosure dots again. Let's promote those.
For us, who've been sort of in this world now for a couple of years, I think your point is right. It wasn't exactly groundbreaking stuff. Some of it we already knew. Some of it.
Oh, hold on really quick. Mostly definitely not CIA. Gets it. Y'all are fun. I love it here. Because we're serious about not being serious. Got to joke about this stuff. You got to have a fun time. Because you know why? If we're going through this shit and it's so heavy and it's so deep and everything, best thing you can do is have a drink, enjoy, and laugh about it. Right, Daryl?
That's our niche.
About national
That's
security.
Your niche. That's your niche. That's your niche.
I've noticed my straw matches your cup.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Which way?
Oh, it's too far away, goddammit.
Oh, damn it.
Hold on, let me get to this one. Interview guest Thomas Large. Okay, Daryl, cheers.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Again, it's backwards now, so...
Go the other way. The other way. There you go.
There's
Stop
a delay.
there. Cheers, my friend.
Yeah, cheers.
To national security and beyond.
Yay! Raw national security.
Our audience. Cheers, everybody. There you go.
Yeah,
we're going to get files in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
All those other people are too serious. All those other YouTubers.
We need to start wearing ties again. Reminds me of the fucking shit from the Unidentified Celebrity Review where he said, this is serious enough. We have to wear ties. Daryl, I don't want to wear a tie. Do you?
Never.
Fuck never.
It's kind of outdated.
It's like wearing a watch.
The original purpose was far different from what it evolved to.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Let's play this next clip. Joe Khalil's got his hands out there. I'm not sure what he's trying to grab, but let's get to it where he's at. I love Joe. Not that one. Guest video. Thomas guest. Let's see what Joe's going to say here now.
It was public. Do you think we're close to the White House releasing videos, pictures, more documents that would be more groundbreaking, that sort of holy blank moment?
Holy shit!
Where it is an undeniable thing that this phenomenon is real.
What the hell
and
is
that, decades and decades worth of knowledge has been known about it that hasn't been public.
So I don't know is the answer. I have seen video footage and photos of things that I think would take it to the next level, but it's not definitive. Shit. So, and I'll just describe them. Most of what has not been released, that to me is the really mysterious thing, are the glowing orbs, like these balls of plasma that seem to move in an intelligent way. In some cases, they're static; they just hover without any noticeable signs of aerodynamics or like propellers. They just sit still, and in some cases, they can immediately accelerate. And I think so I've seen the video footage of that, and I hope that, I'm confident that will be released, and if it's not, I will be throwing a fit about it. But that will be eye-opening for some people. But it's not definitive. When I see those videos, I can't tell you this is clearly from another planet.
Don't know what it is. Right. We don't know what it is.
But we know it's something that we've never seen.
Yeah.
Before.
Did he? I'll bring this out again. Did he say it's coming from a planet?
Right now, that is.
Did he just say it's coming from a planet?
Another planet. Right. Tell you this.
Said he can't tell you it's coming from
another planet.
Yeah, he can't. But that is such a bad example.
Right. We don't know what it is,
but we know it's something that we've never seen. Before.
But it's something we've never seen.
Before.
before. Come on. The government's been looking at this for 80 fucking years. Are you going to say that anything that they're seeing right now from their craft and everything that's going out there is literally something we've never seen before?
Right.
Not even close.
Mm-mm.
So is that the Pentagon's call right now? Who is the door right now that is keeping it closed? Who's at that door?
That would probably fall under OVNI, under the
Susan.
direction of whether or not they're ready to release those.
And why, in your estimation, have they not released stuff like that? That, again, you as a member of Congress have seen and said, guys, this is a game changer.
I think, I'm only speculating, but I think because if you saw these videos, you would know, people could probably determine the location.
Okay.
And some of these are in residential communities, and you would see, I would hate to have like my neighborhood blown up by people who are coming in to Skywatch.
Okay, understandable. I imagine
he doesn't want to have his neighborhood blown up by people who want to come and skywatch. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he doesn't want to have like an influx of people coming into his neighborhood to skywatch. I don't know what that means.
If there's something to go ahead and see, and if he's seeing things, but I guess he likes his privacy. But wait a minute, isn't he a fucking senator? He has no privacy, technically.
Congressman, yeah.
Moose, you here. Sorry, the dog is pawing at the rawhides. So I dumped him. Rawhide.
Neighborhood blown up by people who are coming in to Skywatch.
Okay, understandable. I imagine there could be ways to maybe get around that stuff,
Yes,
and maybe
yeah.
that's an ongoing discussion. I did want to talk about life imitating art for a minute, and we have this big movie coming
A bad camera angle. Let's continue, but at least Daryl's covering it.
up, Steven Spielberg, on Disclosure.
Great.
The movie, I think, focuses in some part on the government trying to prepare people for a revelation like this, and what are the effects, what are the impacts on just the public knowing this stuff.
Right.
I'm wondering, are those conversations real? Are they happening? Have you been in discussion with people about what is the impact on the public if we release certain information like that?
You know, ironically, yes. In fact, it was a big blow up on the internet, on Twitter, that I called into a conference of pastors that were meeting in Tennessee. I'd been invited to that event. I couldn't come, but I said, you know, I'm happy to call in. I didn't participate in the conversation, but the reason I was calling in is to say, look, at the end of the day, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and everything that the longer I've been studying this, the more it doesn't shake my faith. If anything, it underscores my faith. And I just want people to kind of, I challenge those pastors to stick to what the Bible really says and not what you think the Bible says.
Yeah.
So, for example, the Bible does not say that Satan has goat legs, a horn, you know, and a pitchfork. You know, there's other descriptions, but just stick to the factual information and don't go with what the medieval worldview is. And I think that we'll probably, even if there's never aliens that arrive and never a point of disclosure, that will probably make all of us better Christians.
Wait a minute. Did he just say there's never a point of disclosure? What are we going through with all these documents that are being released?
Yeah. I don't know if that's the, yeah. He did say something like, I mean, can you back it up 10 seconds?
Oh yeah. How about
you know how you like to
5,
command
10,
me
15
to back
seconds? Sorry, I had to go ahead and get some Blue Dream for everybody in the house.
Blue
get
Dream?
the dogs going, so let's continue on. You know, it's not the stank, unfortunately.
I thought it was a stank.
Factual information and don't go with what the medieval worldview is. And I think that we'll probably, even if there's never aliens that arrive and never a point of disclosure.
So even if there's aliens that are never arrive, but I'm sorry, what are we seeing in our skies right now, Burleson, that you're asking to get the truth on?
Well, that's what he just said. If there's no aliens that arrive it's saying that's the point of disclosure. There's no point of disclosure. If the aliens don't arrive causing the point of disclosure for everybody else,
right,
then it may not happen. That's what he's saying. It may not happen.
Yeah, and this thing just fucked up and I lost where I was at, unfortunately.
He also said the ODNI is blocking disclosure from coming forward.
I will be.
Yeah, so he seems to be talking with doublespeak here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's like he wants to admit it, but he doesn't want to admit it. He wants to say it's one thing, but it's not that thing. I mean, it's like he's waffling, like he's a politician playing both sides of the coin.
Which is what he is and what he's doing. It's obvious.
Imagine playing both sides of the coin with the UFO topic in 2026 in the global
Look at the
population.
camera. We can't see you.
2020. Imagine playing both sides of the coin in 2026 with the global population.
All you do is move the camera down and talk lower.
I'm sorry.
Just
fucking
giving you hell,
camera
my friend.
experts, man. I can't win. Jesus Christ.
We're just
Turn it
giving
off.
you shit. Hey, you know what? At least we both have popcorn on our ceilings. I'm in Washington. You're in Hawaii. We've got something that was built in 1978.
I know, dude. I'm trying to get it covered right now. I was just
Oh, but
talking
my
to
God,
somebody about it.
I did something. I was stupid. I covered it in ultra white paint from Home Depot, which means with multiple coats, which means it's sealed in there. But because it's ultra white paint, and because of the little popcorns that are in there, it reflects the light everywhere and makes the room so fucking bright.
So bright. I have the blinds closed and it's the middle of the day right now because it's just too bright.
Yeah.
It's too bright.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Daryl, you were Syrup, you actually have your hand up, my friend?
Yeah, Burleson has said from the very beginning he's skeptical about this stuff, and I think that we're getting.
Yeah, but he's skeptical. But Syrup, think about all the shit that he's seen in the skiffs.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're showing these Congress people scraps. I'm thinking they're showing them the bare minimum that they can get away with showing Congress, and they're not showing them the good stuff. Even Burchett has kind of said, "Oh, he thinks it might be." I think he said it could have been demons or angels. He's not sure or whatever.
A bullshit artist.
But I don't think they've been shown alien bodies. They've never mentioned Roswell. They've never mentioned anything worth a dang outside of these orbs, right? Like, I don't think they're being shown anything good.
Well, they talked about seeing things good. And if Mike, how did Burchett describe that in the past?
That if they were to release to the public what he's seen in skiffs, it would set the world on fire.
Okay, now what else did Lou say about this?
Oh, shit, you know what? We haven't had a poll.
Yeah.
Really quick, but let's finish this. Mike, what did Lou say about this? If people knew if people could see all this stuff that was flying around the skies above their heads, what would humanity do?
Oh, they would shit themselves.
Exactly.
But again, that's not definitive of anything. That's not definitive of aliens. That's not definitive of
But it's still,
anything outside of that.
still double speak, sir. It's still the government, the people who we gave the jobs to, telling us one thing one moment that we're all in trouble, and in the next moment you don't have answers. Where's the video?
But I'm saying it doesn't fall on. It shouldn't fall on Burleson's shoulders. He's doing the best he can, and he's
but he's talking,
scraps.
and if he's talking about it, talk with some semblance and consistency.
I think he is. I think he's skeptical, man. I think he's in the middle with what he's being shown. I don't think he's been shown anything that's making him go, you know what? That's aliens. 100%.
I guess he hasn't seen the same stuff that, has been seen by
Burchett has a different
Burchett.
opinion on what he was shown. Maybe they both have different opinions. Maybe Burchett's being shown the same stuff, but in Burchett's opinion, man, that's
But he was just talking.
information.
He wanted people to go ahead and ask and be able to see this briefing and to open their eyes about stuff. So he's talking about briefings that are available to any members in the House. If they want to go and see it, they can go into the skiff and see this. Why didn't he go ahead and say this and drag any of the 59 people who are part of the signing off for the national defense? How the fuck did I get that up? Wrong place. Thirds.
Authorization Act.
How did that happen that he didn't talk to any of the 59 people that were going to vote for the the NDAA and not bring in anything from the UAP Disclosure Act? It just seems like he does a lot of talking, but there's not a lot of action coming from the man who represents the show me state. I don't want to be hard on him and stuff unnecessarily, but I'm just calling a spade for what it is. If he's talking about it, then fucking do it in your capacity. Just don't talk about it in an interview. Make this as one of your priorities and make something happen in the organization of the House of Representatives, unless everybody in the House of Representatives is just interested enough of finding what is the next best stock we need to invest in, what is the next best thing we need to go ahead and support so we can get all those donation dollars in to help us with our, next campaign we're going to be running.
I don't think he has enough juice. I think the CIA holds all the juice, and it's pretty obvious.
The president holds all the juice. The president holds all the juice.
Right now, from what it looks like, the CIA has more power than the executive branch. That's what it's looking like. Otherwise, prove it, right? What is the executive branch waiting?
Well, you prove it.
I feel like the CIA it's almost like the CIA is so powerful. They're their own entity at this point that we can't even get things going because they're always pulling something. They always got something up their sleeve.
Yeah.
Or they're working together.
So who did you vote for governor, Syrup?
What was that?
Who did you vote for governor in California?
I do whatever I want. I don't care who's.
No, just wondering where you voted. I'm just asking.
Oh, I don't even know who's running. They're not
so factors. You didn't vote. That's fine.
I'll do what I want. They're a bunch of non-factors. I don't care. I don't pay attention anymore.
I was just asking because I was interested.
Thomas, are you just trying to?
I think it's Spencer Pratt and the lady
Steve Hilton.
Because I keep seeing it pop up.
Steve Hilton and Pratt. Hilton and Pratt.
Yeah.
They're at the top.
The guy who spent like the $22 million out of his own pocket, or $200 million out of his own pocket, he didn't win, and he's trying to say the elections are rigged.
Mm-hmm.
Go head to head, man. That guy's Spencer Pratt's pretty pissed off at Karen Bass. I know that.
Yeah.
Thomas,
I didn't ask about the LA mayor election, but yeah, kick that friggin' bitch out. My God. Karen Bass.
So anyway, Sufglock has got his hand up, but I just wanted to say something that I've completely forgotten. So go ahead, Michael.
Well, I know it's starting to sound like one big tug job to me, I'll tell you.
That was it. Thomas, are you trying to say that there's a theme here between Luna and Burleson, that they're both becoming weak?
I don't think Burleson's ever been strong.
Okay.
He brought Grush along. He said a bunch of different things, but in a lot of times when he talks about stuff like now, he's waffling. If you have a position that you're for and you stand for, you don't waffle, depending on who's interviewing, what's going on. According to your election, you stand for your beliefs. His beliefs seem to be a bit foggy, and what he supports seems to be a bit foggy. I like him. He can get stuff out there, but he's not like Tim Burchett, not even close.
And Luna's afraid to ask questions now, the president. I'm just wondering if you're thinking that there's a theme here, like almost somebody's been told something and they're scared.
Scared of not getting reelected, maybe?
That could be it. But I don't think Luna has any problem.
Luna, I see her trying to get the speaker position or something else. She's really trying hard to get her face and body out there in front of everybody and talk about stuff. And she's got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's a fucking puppet show, Sherman.
I mean, if Burleson was worried about getting reelected, I wouldn't have gone to see the Nazca mummies.
Right.
And hang out with Stephen Greer. Oh my God! Holy shit! I got to bring this out. Where is this at?
Don't forget about
Thomas,
Gracie
can
James.
I ask you a real quick question? I wanted to ask earlier, but the subject got changed real quick. Or Mike could answer too, or someone could answer. Immaculate Constellation. Lou Ellis
broke up.
You cut up, Sarah. You said Lou Elizondo and you cut off.
What did he have to do with that? Why was he in that?
Mike, we got some pictures here I can comment on, but Tamisha Bertrand, this is where we had a show at one time on Disclosure Tonight. Wes Decker, when we used to have the viewer call in, was on stage.
I'm glad to see the muscular dystrophy cleared up.
There we go. It's just like, oh my God, look, I'm with Stephen Greer.
Oh my God.
Oh my
That's
God.
awful.
I'm sorry. Was I cutting out?
No, you're fine. Yeah,
really
you were
bad.
a bit, but I just had to laugh this with the audience. Thank you, Tamisha Bertrand, for sharing that one. I did do that. You know, I've done with Susan Goff, too, when she was, let's see if I can bring her up, and if I have to move around, I will. Commons, Susan. Oh, there you go. I can't do it, goddammit. She's too fucking high up. I had her here before, and I could give her a big hug, but my God, she looks like she's snuggling in really close to Burley there. The Burley man.
You can't bring her down. You can't bring her down.
No.
Mm.
God
no,
damn
I know
it.
You
All
can.
right. Hello,
Susan.
Susan. Bring it down about there.
There
Let's try and get back to Video Full Thomas with guest, and let's go ahead and turn on Susan. Oh, Susan. Oh, you're such a beautiful. She's too big. It needs to be brought down a bit smaller. God damn. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's get to Hello, Susan. Let's bring her down a bunch smaller, bring her about right there. And if I go back to, you're making me work here, goddammit.
I didn't, mate. You made yourself work. I didn't. I just introduced an idea.
Susan, it's so wonderful to be with you here. Oh my God. I'm with my dear baby. Don't let them get to you.
Oh my God. I hope the NSA is not listening to this.
They've got it on record, I tell you.
Oh God.
Thomas, she needs to be over Burleson's left shoulder, peering at him from behind the seat.
On. If I have to do this, I have to go back to here, and I have to go find the video of her where she's at and Susan, and I have to go ahead and copy, and I'm going to go back to where I was just at here with everybody and everybody, and I want to go ahead and do a paste. So where does she need to be? Oh, you know where she needs to be.
In his pocket.
Over his left shoulder, over the other side.
No. There you
Susan
go,
goes,
Andy. Daryl, there you go.
Oh.
She's right there with you.
Oh, right away.
Here you go.
Oh, yes. So,
Hey, Thomas, I had
what is that,
a question. I don't know if I'm coming through now.
We got you, Syrup. Go ahead.
Okay, so I forget why, but why was Lou Elizondo's name in Immaculate Constellation? He mentioned that he came across his name and it said something about him. What was that about?
What he said was, Matthew Brown, is that when the name of Lou Elizondo came up, they said, we don't talk about him. He's outcast because he came forward and came out publicly. So members of the intelligence community hate him and won't discuss his name, is what Matthew Brown said.
Okay. That's what I thought. Now, did he come across his name, though, in the documents or whatever when he came across Immaculate Constellation?
No, he came across.
Didn't he say he's nothing?
He came across that the mere mention of Lou's name started a shitstorm with them. They hate Lou for coming forward and revealing what he did. That's what Matthew Brown was talking about.
Okay, got you. Okay, that was it. I couldn't remember what it was, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You never thought you'd get this close to Susan, Mike, did you?
What? Her, listen, Thomas, there isn't enough peanut butter in the world that could cover up the stink from that stink bush.
The only thing that would make this better if you change your icon, your picture to a German Shepherd.
Right. Oh, that would work. Yeah. It would be, I'll tell you what it would be. It would be a German Shepherd that suddenly had erectile dysfunction.
No,
or
but they
maybe
love
had a
peanut
rash.
butter. There's not a dog who does not like peanut butter.
or maybe I heard she causes rashes between certain areas on certain people. I don't know.
Oh God.
Swelling can occur between the anus and genitals, I hear.
I've got it here somewhere. I just need to find it. Where the hell is that? No, not that. What the hell? No, that should be. That's not showing up. Hold on. Crime visual kill tune.
Oh, that is Prel.
No,
that's either Prel or strawberry swabs.
Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one.
That's the one.
Yeah. Gotta have fun with it. Oh, I have to hide her. Sorry, folks.
Yes, thank you. I'm not going to definitely. Oh, shit.
Oh, sorry, Susan. Sorry, anyone with the last name of Goff. Especially yours. All right. All right. So we got Burleson. Let's play a little bit more, but we know both sides of the coin.
Yep.
I'll be throwing a fit about it. But that will be eye-opening for some people. But it's not definitive. When I see those videos, I can't tell you this is clearly from another planet.
Don't know what it is. Right. We
right.
don't know what it is.
But we know it's something that we've never seen before.
So
that is so bullshit. It's something we've never seen. Mike, he is just like repeating the dialogue coming out of the fucking deep state without a question. We've never seen this shit before. We're just talking about this. And he just freaking just lets it slide out and acknowledge it. Not that he says the government says they've never seen this before, but are you going to tell me in 80 years of analyzing this stuff they've never seen it?
Oh, no. We know they have. We know what work the government has been doing this whole time. But it seems like these key figures, these public figures on the pro-disclosure movement are falling apart. Not coming across strong at all.
No, they don't.
No.
It's a shit show.
It is. It's not a good fucking look. It really ain't.
All right, let's play a little bit more, see where it goes. Just pointing out, we're not detracting that he is going ahead and supporting disclosure. We're just pointing out some of the obvious facts for people who would potentially vote for him, and you can hear where he's playing it, but he doesn't come in from a consistent, defined position. He plays it to go ahead and appease everybody, but not to stand for what he feels is right, because he doesn't know if it's real or not, or if we've seen this shit before. Come on. Common sense, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You would think.
Exactly.
The Pentagon's call right now. Who is the door right now that is keeping it closed? Who's at that door?
That would probably fall under OVNI, under their direction.
Who's keeping everything closed?
OVNI.
No, in the Department of War. That was the question. It's fucking Susan Goff. Flat out. She's the one who keeps everything fucking locked down. You should know who that is.
Whether or not they're ready to release those.
And why, in your estimation, have they not released stuff like that? That, again, you as a member of Congress have seen and said, guys, this is a game changer.
And cover up.
I'm only speculating, but I think because if you saw these videos, you would know. People could probably determine the location.
Okay.
And some of these are in residential communities, and you would see. I would hate to have like my neighborhood blown up by people who are coming in to Skywatch.
Okay, understandable. I imagine there could be ways to maybe get around that stuff,
Yes,
and maybe that's an ongoing discussion. I did want to talk about life imitating art for a minute, and we have this big movie coming up, Steven Spielberg, on Disclosure.
Yeah.
The movie, I think, focuses in some part on the government trying to prepare people for
Right.
A revelation like this, and what are the effects? What are the impacts on just the public knowing this stuff?
Right.
I'm wondering, are those conversations real? Are they happening? Have you been in discussion with people about what is the impact on the public if we release certain information like that?
You know, ironically, yes. In fact, there was a big blow up on the internet, on Twitter, that
you talked to some freaking pastors and they freaked out.
I called into a conference of pastors that were meeting in Tennessee.
And you did.
I'd been invited to that.
And it's fucking X.
But I said, I'm happy to call in. I didn't participate in the conversation.
But apparently you said something that they read on. How can you not be a part of the conversation, Daryl, if people were re-quoting what he said?
Maybe he sign languaged it all.
Yeah.
But the reason I was calling in is to say, look, at the end of the day, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and everything that the longer I've been studying this, the more it doesn't shake my faith. If anything, it underscores my faith. And I just want people to kind of...
Daryl, what the fuck does faith have to do with anything with the non-human intelligence unless they want it to be? How is he saying it's not affecting his faith or anything and what he's dealing with if he is not talking about the interaction with the faith in the first place? Right?
Yeah,
it's like a
I have
circular,
to say that
we need to circle back on this, but he's circling back on the conversation he's talking about at this point.
Yeah, I pay attention to these guys like Lou, like him, these people that are in the know that have seen things, and what they do say about Christianity, religion, the Bible. I do listen because if they know what we don't know, how does that affect their view of things? So,
well, talking to those from India at my office, there's nothing that can affect them because the Mahabharata and their ancient documents talk about the things in the sky gods, right?
They don't feel
like their religion is even affected or anything. If not, it's more vilified based on what's coming out as the truth. So why is it that Christians are so challenged and afraid what the truth could be? Hell.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
What the hell is even that is right.
Oh, God. Do you really want to play that one?
What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Scientists have determined that the universe was created by God.
You like movies about gladiators?
Oh, wait. Here comes another one. Quick, give me your lighter.
It's been a while since we played those, but they kind of go together really well.
Yeah.
I'm here. Let the bells ring out and the banners fly. Feast your eyes on me. It's too good to be true, but...
Yes.
No, is that the same guy as Thurston Howell?
It sounds like him, doesn't it?
I'm going to have to Google that.
You're going to have to Google that one. That was one of the things that's there. But the truth of the matter is they've been talking about the jinn this week, and they're saying that the jinn were also part of the alien, involvement on the planet, and they're still around.
Jinn are considered to be evil spirits, Thomas.
Oh, they like to fuck with people.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, they do. It's it's the same religious connotations that we really don't think belongs in this topic.
Why not? Let's have fun with it, right?
Why not? Because God doesn't need a starship. That's why not.
That's right.
But
then
again,
again, if you're in Seattle, my God, there's people rocking out in the streets. Come on, you can get to it. PNW, is it there, really? Let's get to it. Rocking out on the streets of Seattle. There we go. He is bouncing along to whatever fucking drugs he's on in his head. That's not just in Seattle. That's everywhere in the United States these days. unfortunately.
Oh my God.
He's a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas. Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Don't forget, you have a Gracie Jane video in the back.
Fucking A. Yeah.
And if it, even if you hate it, it's at least worse than.
No, I don't. I really like Gracie Jane. I've been watching her since forever. And then when she was on Boston Legal, they had Nancy Grace actually, her name is Nancy Grace. Gracie Jane.
Gracie Jane, yeah.
Gracie Jane is the character from Boston. Were you just calling her Gracie Jane?
No, I called her Gracie Jane, I think.
Gracie
I don't know.
Jane is the character
Gracie
from Boston
Lawrence?
Legal. We're talking about Nancy Grace.
Yeah, we're talking about Nancy Grace. So some people in the chat said that she was talking about UFO. Now, hold on. I skimmed through this to kind of skip through it because I don't want you to get pissed off and wonder where the hell we're going. It's around 13 minutes. Before 13 minutes, she starts talking about UFO stuff.
God, I love her. She is just so fucking evil.
Oh, dude, there's so many screenshots. I've already seen it. I mean, so many screenshots of her face you can get to put with everybody else's.
She's
surprise
got the Nancy Pelosi eyebrows there to a degree, but she's got the makeup on top of it to get in there. And my God, I've been watching her for going all the way back to Disney, back since 1995.
And Jim Backus.
Yeah, Jim Backus.
Thurston Howell III was the genie.
Mr. Magoo.
Was he?
He was the genie in that big.
So that
Bugs
was
Bunny
Mr.
cartoon.
Magoo we heard in that one.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you for looking that up. That's one of my favorite clips. That's why I have it. We're here. We're going to do it. We're going to take care of it.
Lovey, go get my luggage.
Oh boy, I am scared. Nancy Grace, may the force be with you.
The laws of gravity. We understand them. Anti-gravity research.
We need to get her in here to start talking about fucking UFO. We need to get her in here to talk about UFO disclosure. She could just rip everyone's asshole open completely wide and just look like she just, yeah.
Do you have to put a fair use up for this? This is off her YouTube channel.
I got to track her down. I need to track her down.
Do you need to put the fair use thing on?
I'm breaking out the fair use fairy right now. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that could save me from Nancy's.
The wrath of Nancy. This may be the way to get yourself introduced directly to her, though.
Let's try it. I love this one. This is the kind of person I love to have as a lawyer or legal to go up against the management that I deal with. I've already got someone like that who actually went against the Trump administration and got fired for going ahead and literally exposing the egregious money that Ben Carson was spending on the remodeling of his office.
Oh, really?
Oh God,
like
she's
Ben
a
Carson.
gem. It's like her times 10 with curly hair blonde. Unbelievable. Love her.
Hey, Thomas, are you a White Sox fan or a Cubbies fan?
Oh, fucking Cubs suck. Every single time as a kid growing up, going through everything, they lost every fucking game. My dad was a Cubs fan, but my brothers and the neighbors and the cousins up the street and uncles up the street, everyone was a Sox fan. So I'm more of a Sox fan than a Cubs fan, although I like Wrigley Field, and I've done a bunch of video games where I've actually recreated Wrigley Field many times because it's so iconic, because of the brick construction and the vine on the back walls and stuff like that. I love baseball, and I love, if you want to call it, Wrigley Field. But, you know, we lost Comiskey Park back in the 2000s, early 2000s, because they wanted to build something new. But apparently, Daryl, you got the fucking Bears.
Well,
today.
Dude, it's the directors voted to move forward with their plan or whatever.
Right.
So it's not moving forward. It's moving forward with a plan. Right. So what that sounds like to me is, Chicago, you better hurry up because we're moving forward with our plan.
Arlington Heights are better hearing up because they bought the Arlington Heights site, Arlington Heights, Illinois. They bought the racetrack like 5 years ago, and they wanted to move from Chicago to Arlington Heights, same county everything was going to be there. They were still going to get it, but everybody freaked out, said, no, you can't move it. We're going to do all this different shit to keep you out of it. And because they pushed back so hard about moving to Arlington Heights, they shot their opportunity for what they could have in the long run and, let them go to Indiana. Why not?
What's funny about that is like the Dallas Cowboys play in Arlington. It's not like they have to be, in my opinion, they have to change the name to the Hammond Indiana Bears.
The Hammond Bears. They're not going to call the Indiana Bears. They're called the Hammond Bears.
Well, you might get a more blue-collar crowd in there now that I think about it.
Yeah. Think of all the people that have the property about where that stadium is going to go.
I mean, it might be entertaining just from that standpoint. I like blue-collar people. They're my people.
Oh, God, yeah. They're the kind of people who used to buy software from Babbage's and GameStop.
Yeah. Let me guess, Mike is a big Red Sox fan, isn't he?
Oh, fuck no.
Red Sox?
Yeah.
No.
No, hell no. Who do you vote for, Mike? The Yankees?
Over the Mets? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not the Brooklyn Dodgers?
No, they went to L.A. in the 50s. The Mets suck.
Yeah, they do.
I want to ask you guys a real deep question, a real interesting question. If you can't answer it, that's fine. But is there any truth to this alleged meeting that Congress people had, a classified meeting with the James Webb Space Telescope?
I haven't heard shit about Congress having any meetings about the James Webb Space Telescope. Have you, Mike?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
I have. There was speculation that there was some object that was detected by James Webb. And certain members of Congress were notified. And they had a behind closed door meeting. But nothing that ever came out publicly and nothing further on that. And a lot of what filtered out to the public is mostly rumor. So
there's been briefings, but we don't have the facts.
Well, there was, they actually did have closed door meetings about this, but there was nothing that came out and nothing confirmed. And they're not really pursuing it at this time. So
taken out in the shit
not really anything urgent.
Wow.
Nothing further had come out.
If you can't answer this, that's fine. Don't get yourself in trouble.
No, it's not that we can't answer it. There's just not a lot of information out there, Edwin. That's the problem. We could answer it, but
I'm sharing with you what I know.
Could this be what Lou's talking about when he says they made an observation and a product was produced? About, I don't think anything's going to happen in the next, I don't, but this continues.
You mean something that's going to come to the planet between 2027 and 2034?
Yeah.
There is something that's out there that's coming towards this planet. The time frame of when it's going to come is unknown, but
right.
Yes, it's been acknowledged by Lou and others that there is something heading our way, and it's fucking huge. And what I saw Monday of this week, if not Monday of last week, it's large, it's dark, and it's ominous, and it's not solid. It looks like it's got a dripping of different stuff on it, and it's fucking huge. So yeah, but then there was also stuff that came out today, Mike, where they're actually going ahead and acknowledging Planet 9 or Planet X for that matter.
Yeah, that's something that they've been talking about for years now, Thomas.
I know, but apparently they found the evidence. But you know what? I want to get to see where she's going to take us. So let's delve deeply into the threats of Nancy Grace.
And don't forget, there's some good screenshots. There's some good. There you go. There you go. We're already getting there. The number of awesome screenshots you can take in this video is unbelievable.
Oh,
and by the way, and also, may I just say, there's only a few people in the world that can pull off Safety Orange as good as Gracie Jane.
No, that's Nancy Grace. Gracie Jane was from Boston Legal, was the character that looked exactly like Nancy Grace, but it's someone that William Shatner, who was Danny Crane, had a relationship with. Now, Daryl, are you suffering from mad cow now too?
Thomas. Can anybody hear me? I'm messing around with you. Yes.
You've got mad cow too, so we're all fine. We all have mad cow.
I'm calling her Gracie Jane because you love Gracie Jane.
No.
Yeah, he's fucking it around on purpose, Thomas.
I know, but I'm just going ahead and pointing it out saying, are you slipping there, my friend, William?
No, not at all. Purposely.
And then anti-gravity research as it relates to aircraft of any type means that an aircraft could go up, down, to the side, tangential, any way it wished, and at speeds unlike anything we understand. So how valuable is it? Did I capsulize it correctly?
Well, when you're talking about anti-gravity or field propulsion systems, you're not really talking about pushing a craft through space. You're talking about actually moving space and time around a craft. So a bubble is created, and I don't know exactly how that. I'm sure there are other people that could address that in much more technical terms. Than
he was what did it say? He was a special agent FBI. What was that? Former
supervisory special agent for the FBI.
Former supervisory special agent FBI. Yes,
and he's talking about shit like we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a scientist.
No.
Right, neither are we.
Right.
Is it correctly?
Well, when you're talking about anti-gravity or field propulsion systems, you're not really talking about pushing a craft through space. You're talking about actually moving space and time around a craft. So a bubble is created, and I don't know exactly how that. I'm sure there are other people that could address that in much more technical terms than I can. But essentially, a space time bubble is created around the craft if such technology is actually available, and so you're actually moving, warping space and time around the craft. That's why they appear to move in ways that are completely alien to our understanding of physics, or at least material science anyway. I think our physics can explain it, but our material science is in no way capable at this point of producing that kind of performance. So I think generally speaking, yes, you're correct, but it's not the normal way of thinking about like a jet engine works by sucking in air, producing thrust, and blowing that out the back of an engine. That is not what we're talking about.
Exactly. Anti-gravity craft, as I understand it, highly advanced aerospace vehicles designed, and they manipulate gravity fields for propulsion. The most cited example is the TR-38 Black.
Oh gosh, she's talking about the TR-30B, the TR-3B.
She's going there.
She's called the TR-38B.
She's going there. By the way, can you use this as a title card?
It's rumored to
what?
Can you use that image of Gracie Jane as a title card?
I could if I wanted to.
Or Nancy Grace, because I'm noticing that ever since we started talking about Nancy Grace, the number of people watching has gone up.
Oh my God! Yeah, let's play some more.
Be a triangular nuclear-powered spy plane using accelerated pressurized mercury, and it creates a plasma-based anti-gravity field around it, just as John Nance was describing. It's beyond what us regular trial lawyers are used to discussing, but needless to say, back to Stephanie Harlow, co-host star of Crime Weekly, it's incredibly valuable, not just to our defense, but financially to our government, to whatever private entity or corporation ultimately develops it. And there's high interest.
My God, we need to get in touch with her, Daryl.
I've seen
Look at those
Nancy-
two shots next to each other. They're both wearing red, except with the white collar, the eyes, the makeup, and everything. A bit younger.
I've really seen Nancy Grace talking about this now. Where have we come in the last 10 years?
Where have we not gotten to? It's great to see that we're talking about disclosure and different things, even going on Nancy Grace.
For God's sake.
Nancy's-
it's a good thing, but that's what I was saying the other day. There's going to be some people that are commenting that have no idea what they're talking about, although she seems to make some okay
But I
points.
know if we could kind of cue her in on some of the stuff with disclosure and stuff, this could be the biggest story that makes her go fucking global.
Again.
Yeah. But let's not forget that it's rumored that some of these are controlled. They don't have control sticks. They put their hands down and control it with their mind.
Well, yeah, of course, you're talking about alien craft and stuff. Get her to talk about that and give her the information. Let her go at it, and why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Come
It's
on,
a good
even
thing.
what's
It's a
going
good
on right
thing.
now, Burleson says there is a craft that's shaped like a fucking egg, a Jake Barber egg, my friends, that he wants to go and find and get inside of because the people who go inside of it and come out of it deal with missing time. Which means the craft itself on the inside is of a different dimension of time and space than the outside of the craft. It's like going on a fucking roller coaster. What are you going to learn, and what are you going to tell everybody from you actually going in there, right, Mike?
Oh, you're exactly right, Thomas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I remember 15 years ago when you couldn't find nobody would ever talk about this on the news. So Nancy Grace talked about this.
Oh, let's go 3 years ago. 2 years ago, no one would talk about this shit.
So anyway.
Everyone would play the X-Files music. Alice, what say you, my dear lady? You'll love her makeup with the red and everything. Does it work?
Hi. What I'm thinking about is I've had two people describe to me that they had interactions with living craft where the craft itself was alive. So that's very interesting to me. It kind of talks about the egg theory and some of the Jake Barber
the egg was
talking
about the shape of the craft, not that the craft was living.
No, don't you remember Jake Barber said that he got...
We're not talking about Jake Barber. I did not mention Jake Barber at all. They said there was a craft that they have from the DOE or whatever that they have breached the inside, and when they go inside, there's also the other craft which is like 80 feet on the outside, but on the inside it's the size of a football soccer
field,
stadium.
yeah.
So and when you go inside, you're there for 5 minutes. You come out and 4 hours has gone by, which means that's another case of having a difference of a different dimension of time and space.
I think my point was that craft are made up of more than just steel. There are some that are possibly living material. That was my point.
Where does it take us back to? Star Trek Voyager, right?
I don't remember that. Can you tell
Star Trek
me?
Voyager, they had biopacks on the computer that would have issues. They get viruses and stuff, and it was a chip-based computer system that they had on the craft. You should check it out.
That's very cool. I will. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to know more about the craft that was breached, you can read all about it in James Lukatsky's book, New Insights.
Did you read it yet, Daryl?
No, not with the other 6 UFO books that I've bought.
But it gives you something to stack up in the video and in the view behind you.
Yeah.
Like you know something.
People come over, they go, "Oh my God, this guy's weird. Let's get out of here." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I've been trying to say for you psychologically for a long time. Get out of here." Anyway.
Just in the last few years, I've heard more about living craft. I guess that was my
Yeah, a bunch of
point.
people have brought it up, but there's nothing definitive or proof or anything to go ahead and talk about. They've talked about people who have gone ahead and being able to control the craft and fly the UFOs themselves. I mean, this has been going back for many years before Jake Barber ever appeared. I mean, I remember when Linda came on the show, she's talked about in the past that she's had the ability to control the craft, and we've heard other people who've been on the show in the past have talked about being able to control the craft and what's going on with it. So it's something that's been discussed in the community from those who look at UFOs for like 20,
Is that
30,
Linda
40
Moulton
years.
Hale you're speaking of?
No.
Oh, another Linda. Okay.
An actual
right.
Linda who's actually been involved in stuff and not necessarily just a reporter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How's it going, Andy?
Well,
in foreign entities regarding U.S. research in anti-gravity. Now, but after being mowed down in a crosswalk, and I keep going back, John Nance joining me, former supervisory special agent with the FBI, to the fact that, for instance, in Manhattan.
Man, she has got the
Everybody
look from...
walks out into the street when they think that they're not going to get run over. They don't look at the walk, don't walk signs, okay? In this case in Huntsville, nobody else stepped out in the crosswalk. No.
Okay, we've got to find the producer for Nancy Grace, not Gracie Jane. If we can,
to the top.
There's kind of cross-pollination from a synergy that could happen between her organization and ours to kind of give her some information to go after.
Yeah, I'd start at the top with her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh, yes, absolutely, my friend. Mike, you still around? Yes, no, yes.
I never left. Thomas.
All right. Detail with Daryl a little bit. Let's go ahead and close things up. I need to go ahead and my bladder calls again. Sorry, folks. National security. Let's go ahead and keep the audience going, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Here we go.
Sounds like a plan.
So this guy, what do you know anything about this guy? I'm just curious.
Who, John Nance?
Yeah, I'm sure he's written a book, right?
Yeah, but only on FBI investigations and dignitary protection. That's his area of expertise. He does a podcast. He does interviews. Nothing about disclosure or aliens or science. Nothing. He's a supervisory special agent, meaning he's executive. He's not just a local law enforcement member of the FBI on the lower totem pole. He's middle management. But I don't know why she's having him openly talk about disclosure and the science behind it. I don't know where the hell that's coming from or why. Makes no sense to me. He has nothing to do with that. Nothing.
But he's certainly talking like he's an authority.
He sounds to me like somebody who's talking, who's trying to stay knowledgeable and relevant on whatever topic is coming up, which is, what most adults try to do who are professionals. But why she's dragging him down this path when she knows damn well this is not his area of expertise, nor does he have anything that he could offer on it that the audience would want to hear. I don't get it.
Well, he was just saying that the craft have a plasma something around them. He knows something about it, but that's what I'm saying. It's like on our level, like, yeah, we talk about this stuff. Like he's
all the time.
He's common public knowledge on the topic, I guess.
Exactly.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to this so-called object that is allegedly headed for Earth?
We're back to
We talked about that one before. Yes, there's something that's heading our way. It's going to be here between 2027, 2034. And yeah, it's huge.
It's a huge crate of new UFO books.
Yeah.
And videos to go ahead and buy on Amazon.
But the sources that you're hearing from it, do you consider it to be credible?
There's something heading our way between 2027 and 2034. Period.
All right. Well,
that's what the conversation is. Ramirez said 2027. Someone else said 2034. But none of them, of all the people we've talked about in between, have said, no, there's nothing coming our way.
Maybe another planet emptied out their sewage and it's just...
No, you're not talking about a planet. It's something else.
Well, you know, if it's
and
not
from
a
what
certain...
I saw a couple days ago, it maybe has something to do with the Greys. But we'll find out. But that could be Planet X, which actually they've talked about that they found. But either way, that's stuff for us to talk about tomorrow. We're beyond schedule and below our regular amount of people watching, but that's okay. I'm
telling you. Well, no, yeah, they've started to drop off. But during Nancy Grace, they went up.
Oh, they did. Absolutely, my friend. All right. On that note, I want to go ahead. Where's that at? And thank everybody for the great super chats we've gotten tonight. Holy cow, we got two of them that came in. One from Brennan, England, to go ahead and start things off. Thank you very much, sir. And also then Wendy, Joe, appreciate the super chats. We're a fan-funded program. We appreciate all the love we get. If they haven't subscribed yet, what the hell are you waiting for? We'd love to have you as a subscriber. We do this stuff on a regular basis, although we may slow down a little bit until Disclosure picks up again, because we're really freaking reaching and trying to find stories at this point, but we'll do what we can do. So bear with us, everybody. I want to thank everyone in the back who's been around. Mike, thanks for coming around and being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, no, it was a good show, fun conversation as always.
Yeah. Also, want to thank Daryl for being here.
Who?
Daryl.
Oh, me? Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, as always. It's always a great time.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Satan.
Oh, that one. Hold on. Since we're in that point, let me get my cue shift. There we go. Also want to go ahead and thank Corporal Abe. Thanks for being around the conversation.
Son of a bitch.
And Michael, appreciate your chiming in as well this evening. Nothing. Silence.
Nope.
Well, folks, as we usually say at the end of every episode of Disclosure tonight, eyes open, no fear, be safe, everybody, but
go back to Party City where you belong.
Absolutely. We'll catch you on the flip side. See you tomorrow, everybody. It's Saturday. You've got to have Disclosure tonight for the United Kingdom. And by the way, if you haven't gone out, looked up north, if you have clear skies, go look for this Aurora Borealis, because it's kicking tonight. And I may have to go for a drive in a bit to go check this stuff out. But you know what? It's here. It's live, and you can find it. Good night, everybody. Y'all come back now. Here. Take care. Bye-bye.